Hey everybody, how are you doing, my fellow queens? I hope all is well. I hope you guys are enjoying yourself, living life, living on purpose, and having a good time. So, for all of you who may not know who I am, my name is Kenshada Daniels. I am the business mogul. I've created a few businesses under my belt. I own the With Open Arms Home Care. I started Virtual Home Care Solutions, which is a consulting business to help home care agencies get started and help them, structure their business. I've also started a ministry called Off the Hamster Wheel, which with that ministry, I have my book that I wrote, Setting the Stage. So for those of you who may be interested in getting my book, it is on Amazon. If you have a daughter, a niece, or even if you need it, it's a guideline, very interactive. You can write notes, answer questions, very interactive. So I wrote Setting the Stage to go along with the ministry Off the Hamster Wheel that was birthed after writing the book. So also, I've been featured on a couple of radio shows. I've also been featured in a few magazines. One of them is Women of Dignity. You may have seen me post this on Facebook. So this is one of my magazine features. And then I was also featured in the Kish magazine, where I was one of the top 25 trailblazers. And this magazine came out last year, 2020. So I recently have a new feature in Kish magazine this year that was posted this month. And also I have an article inside of that magazine as well. So be sure to stay on the lookout to see me post that magazine article as well. So it's nice to meet all of you. I am so happy and excited to be a part of a great movement, the New Being Queen movement, which is all about sisterhood, being there for each other, building and encouraging. That is something awesome. That is something that we need in this day and age, especially, what's going on around us in this world. We need our sisters. We need those that we can lean on and vent to, and just, have that unapologetically, as Queen Takel and Queen Latoya likes to say, unapologetically relationship, no judgment zone. That's awesome to have in 2021. Sorry I couldn't be there with you guys. For most of you know that I am a single mom and I have my children here, and I don't necessarily have a babysitter when I would like to have one. But nevertheless, I just want to drop a nugget in your spirit today. And I want to talk about matters of the heart. And many of us, especially if you're an adult, you've been through some things. You've been through disappointments. You've been hurt. You've been let down. You've been left hanging. And matters of the heart, if we don't deal with those emotions in our heart, then they'll end up dealing with us. And what I mean by that, it can cause us to become bitter, unloving, unforgiving, and then ultimately affect our physical body, affect our health. And nobody wants to think of it in that way, that, okay, something that hurt us so bad that we're holding on to it, that it could actually affect our health. And it does. It's been proven. So what we as believers ought to do is to release those things. And how we release those things, we ask God to give us peace. And the first step in getting peace is being forgiving. We have to forgive those, and we also have to forgive ourselves, because some of us, we hold in animosity, bitterness towards our own selves, and the decisions that we've made that we're not proud of. Yes, we've all made decisions that we're not proud of. I mean, who wants to just air out their dirty laundry or open up their closet full of skeletons? Nobody. But sometimes when we don't deal with those type of emotions, the matters of the heart, they will end up dealing with us. And then while it's dealing with us, we can allow those emotions to run over into other relationships, friendships, co-workers. It can spill over into all these different areas in our lives, even how we treat our children. So we have to be able to allow God to bring us to the point where we let those things go. Let those things go and pray and ask God to create in us a clean heart and renew a right spirit. I don't care how many times you got to say that during the day. If you got to say it 50 times during the day, then that's what it takes. Then that's what you do. But you always want to make sure that your heart is in the right place with God, that it will not hinder your blessings or hinder a relationship with someone else. Paul tells us in Romans, and I believe it's Romans chapter 8, that we don't want to be a stumbling block to our brother. Because Paul was telling us in chapter 8, he said, even though if I went to somebody's house at 12 o'clock at night, they called me and they said they were sick. And I rushed over there at 12 o'clock at night, and it was a guy, and someone saw me coming out of the house at that time of night. They may say, oh, what's she doing coming out of his house 12 o'clock at night? That can be a stumbling block to your brother. So what Paul was saying is that even though, we may have the right to feel some type of way, we may have the right to be angry, we may have the right to be upset, you don't want that to be a stumbling block to somebody else who may be watching you, watching what you're doing, watching how you react, how you talk to different people in different situations. I'm not saying we always gonna get it right. I'm not saying we ain't gonna want to snap on some people sometimes. That's not what I'm saying. But the more you allow God to work on you and to allow you to stay in a place of peace, it won't be so easy for somebody to come and get you out of your peace and make you put your peace down. Or even yourself, even if you make a decision that you feel like, oh man, I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't have made that decision. That was a bad call. What was I thinking? Allow the peace of God to come in. You ask God, you know what, God, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I wasn't thinking straight. I made this decision. I don't want to do this again. But let your peace rest, rule, and abide in my mind and in my spirit. Okay, so the matters of the heart is something that we have to deal with on a daily. As long as you're living on this earth and you're encountering people, you're going to have to deal with the matters of the heart. That's the bottom line. As they say in the world, period. You're going to have to deal with matters of the heart. So I want to encourage you guys, any moment you feel your feelings, emotions, your thoughts getting off track, take it to God and let Him give you the peace and the direction that you need for this walk. So I hope this encouraged you. It's quick, but it's powerful. So, all right. So I hope this blessed each and every one of you. Enjoy yourselves. I miss y'all and I love you. All right. Bye-bye.